Hello everyone, it's me Kavou and welcome to another video of the new series that I'm making called SAS mods, aka mods you should be very skeptical of putting them into your game. I do get it that some of those mods are as controversial as asking someone if they like pineapple pizza or not. However, all of the mods I am going to include on those type of videos are mods that I have been using since the day they came out, all the way up until now, and they are mods that I am very familiar with. Few things before we start, really quick guys, I will always be reading your comments, so feel free to comment down any mod you think cause problems to you and I am going to cover it eventually, maybe not in this or the next video, but I will cover it. Second thing, I want to thank you guys all so much for your amazing support. The channel grew up so much that now 8.9% of you guys are subscribed watching those videos, and this number was actually half a few weeks ago, so again I want to thank you all so much. First, I am going to start with a mod that has been causing as many crashes to my game as the Greek economy the past few years. And this is no other than alternate conversation camera. There has been some improvements of this mod, like the ones you see here on the screen, like improved alternative camera and some other things like that. All of those mods, guys, are going to completely crash your game out of nowhere. And the worst thing is that those mods, or those crashes I mean, they will not appear on your crash logger. What is causing this crash is a bug with SMP, aka HDD physics, happening on the NPCs, where you're having those different angles on the conversation camera. People are saying that they find a version that works, but even the recent version that came out that actually reduces the amount of crashes, it is still causing that. I have no idea why, but if you combine alternate conversation camera, and there is another mode called face light, when you combine face light and alternate conversation camera together, you have a very high chance in the next 10 dialogues you will have in the game, your game will just stop working. I was using those mods, both the alternative conversation camera and the face light, especially if you're using some very dark lighting mods, but I will recommend you guys to not use any of those, and if you have found somehow a way to make it work, because there is a recent patch that actually at least makes the alternative conversation camera to work, I just want to warn you to be very careful when it comes to running those two mods, especially together. How sus is alternate conversation camera? Not very sus. If you combine with face light, it is very sus. We have a mod that is called Immersive Citizens. And wait, what is that? Wait, hoopla. Before I got interrupted, I want to state that there is two AI overhauls. There is the Immersive Citizens that you see here, and there is also another one called AI Overhaul. One of the big questions the many great philosophers would ask in Acropolis back in the good old days, which one should they use? Stated young Themistocles while sitting at the plaza, and I'm going to explain to you very quick actually. Immersive Citizens, it is outdated. It has more issues than AI Overhaul has. You either pick Immersive Citizens or AI Overhaul. Go and pick AI Overhaul. It works amazingly well, it gets updates constantly. Immersive Citizens, it is a SAS mod, don't use it, just use its better version. Let's move to the next one. We have Realistic Water 2. And you might say, Kavou, not Realistic Water 2. It is not a bad mod, it is not going to cause problems to you, it's mostly fine. Then Kavou, what the fuck are you including this to this video? That's a very good question, my friend. That's because Skyrim is a game that you run ENBs. Unlike Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, where you cannot run an ENB, I'm saying this because Realistic Water does not work very well with ENBs. Or to say it better, it doesn't use all of the assets that ENBs are offering, including some performance options, ambient occlusion. If and only if you like to use ENBs, do not pick Realistic Water because it doesn't work again very well with ENBs, it is outdated and you're gonna find many weird graphical glitches here and there. You should go instead and use Water for ENB. Water for ENB is pretty much the much more optimized, much more better, evolved version of Realistic Water. Imagine Realistic Water is Charmander from Pokemon. Water for ENB, it's a goddamn Charizard. Realistic Water 2, it's not very sus. Why use Realistic Water when you can have Water for ENB? I love the next one because I do hate children. I mean in Skyrim of course. RS Children Overhaul. It's one of those very weird overhaul type of mods that it enhances how the children look. I have no idea why in Skyrim there is only like 12 children in the whole game. Never in install Arrest Children or any mod that alters the skin texture, the faces, or anything regarding the children when it comes to Skyrim. Changing the AI is fine, but anything when it comes to overhauling their appearances, it is extremely buggy to do that. And Arrest Children is one of those mods that is always going to have issues with your game. Even if you go to the back section, look at this number, this is actually crazy. It doesn't help that this mod doesn't get any updates. Even if you include all of the patches, the children in your game will still look effed up. Arrest Children Overhaul, it is very sus. Don't use it, guys. We have Diverse Dragon Collection. I might receive some hate regarding this. This overhaul, guys, it is extremely bad to use. There is at least 3 or 4 dragons from this mod that they are going to crash your game the moment they appear, and because of bad scripting, issues with ENB and some other things like that. This mod adds a diverse collection of dragons which they look super badass because it's a mod that is kind of a mix of an AI overhaul for dragons with a graphic overhaul for dragons. It's a mod that I will try and avoid to use. It's problematic. I've got so many crashes while using this mod. There is so many other better options to use. I will be linking the better options down in the video description. You can use infinite dragon variants from Delta Rider, and he also has a mod called Dynamic Random Dragons. Go and read those two, you can combine them and you're going to have a much more better experience than playing with Diverse Dragon Collection. Diverse Dragon Collections, it is a very sus mod, very dangerous for your game, don't use it. Next, we have Enhanced Latexus, and hold your horses, I'm not here to tell you not to use this mod, I am here to have a conversation with you. Enhanced Latexus is one of those mods that it is extremely heavy when it comes to scripts. We still use it, it's one of those amazing mods that everybody should have. However, I wanted to include this here because I've mentioned this on my previous video. Enhanced Plat has 2 options. It has the main file and it has the light version. The problem with Enhanced Plat is that if you pick the main version, it is such a heavy scripted mod and it's very unoptimized as well. It is going to cause heavy frame drops, combat lag or stutter lag, game freezing, because doesn't matter how much you will try to adjust the values, the main version, it is just too much, even for a very high-end system. So I just wanted to make this part of this video just to let you know to always go for the light version here and only install the light version and combine that crap with optimized scripts for Enhanced Plat. Enhanced Plat, it is not sus, just go for the light version again. Then we have the Paarthurnax Dilemma. Most of you guys know about it, you should never use this mod. This mod expands the Paarthurnax Dilemma quest, as the title says. It is a very old mod, and after you reach a specific line on this mod, your game is going to crash and it's going to have many issues, and many other mods do not work very well with this one. Replace this one with the Paarthurnax quest expansion, which is pretty much its newest, much more badass version of it. Just do not use the Paarthurnax Dilemma. It's one of the most downloaded mods on the Nexus. Many people who are very new when it comes to Skyrim modding, they are going to install this. So please don't do that. Go ahead and install the Paarthurnax quest expansion. The Paarthurnax Dilemma, very sus, don't use it at all. We have Alternate Start, Live Another Life. I just wanted to cover this mod just to address that Alternate Start. It's safe, you are fine to run it, similar to Enhanced Plat. I want to warn about some problems with this mod. Any mod that alters any of the locations you spawn from Alternate Start, or any mod that alters the room inside Alternate Start, it is going to cause crashes in your game. Do not use any mods that are going to alter the very room you are starting at on Alternate Start, or any of the locations. I am using, for instance, the GK Skyrim overhauls for the interiors, and those overhauls, they do have patches for Alternate Start, so they are safe to use. But if you are going to pick something that is going to change the very room of this mod, and I'm sorry for repeating myself, you are going to have a lot of crashes. I don't know exactly why this is happening, but I know that every time I try to adjust the room, every time I get crashes. It is not sus, but if you are using those different modes that you are going to cover a bunch of different places where you spawn with Alternate Start, at least try to pick the patches for it. Some of you guys have asked me to include this mod, Immersive World Encounters. I've been using this mod a lot, I try at least to make it work. Proves out that I knew that this mod will crash my game before even installing it. I love the concept of this mod, however, it is very buggy, it alters so many cells outside, and imagine that I'm someone who is not using any city overhauls in my game, I'm not using immersive creatures, my Skyrim look as barren as my social life. I try to keep it minimalistic, and even when my Skyrim is very empty and very barren, even when I try to install Immersive World Encounters with all of its different patches here and there, I will always get crashes out of nowhere. We've talked about this. If you are going to add mods that add a lot of NPCs when it comes to exteriors, Bethesda games are not made for that type of stuff. How sus is this mod? It is very sus. We have another mod that some of you guys have suggested in my video. Northern Roads is one of the newest overhauls when it comes to enhancing the roads, all of the roads in Skyrim, and as you can see, this mod looks fantastic given what it does. Few problems in this mod, and let's talk about this. Tell me what you see wrong in this picture. I know, I thought the same thing, that there is not a dead Nazim lying on the ground behind that tree on the left, but yeah, jokes aside, if you see the bridge here, there is custom textures. This mod adds a lot of custom textures, and this is fine. If you have a good system, you don't care too much about custom textures, I will always try and advise you to avoid anything that adds custom textures unless it's something very small. But when you have every single road in Skyrim having those, the issue is that you're gonna have some issues with frames, and if you don't care about that type of stuff, that's fine. The problem with this mod, which is the bugs it has, and it has a lot of bugs. Northern Roads, it's a mod that has came out 23 of October, and it's a mod that is currently being worked on. The mod is not finished, it might appear finished, but it requires a lot of polishing and a lot of bug fixing. I think Northern Roads, it's one of those mods, it will be amazing to use a year later when most of its bugs will be gone, but until we get there, I will try and not install this mod for the next couple of weeks or months. Just give some time to GPay still to fix this mod, make it even better. I think Northern Roads is going to be the GOAT for road overhauls, but right now it doesn't look very good, at least from the stability type of view. In some areas, I would lose much more FPS than others. This is a very controversial mod and I might get some hate. I love this mod a lot, but again, I will try and wait a bit before installing it, because right now it's been very early, it's been very few months since this mod came out. Don't install this unless you really want something different for your roads to make Skyrim look fresh and different, but know that if you are going to install this, you are going to face many issues from bugs, from glitches on the terrain, from crashes, and FPS issues. How sus will I rank this mod? Just sus. It's not very sus like some other mods I've covered in this episode, but it is sus nonetheless. You should be careful of using this mod. That was the episode, guys. I'm gonna keep pumping more of those. I want to thank you all for all of your amazing support. It means so much to me, and if you want to again find more of those videos, feel free to press that like button, subscribe to the channel, leave any comment down below, and thank you for your time, thank you for watching. Until next time, adventurers, happy modding!